Well, welcome to Always Analog, where we celebrate the beauty of analog technology in the digital world. And today, we've got a good old blue light special. Those of you who are of a certain age and remember shopping at your local K-Mart, you know what a blue light special is. I don't know if these pencils were a blue light special, but for me, it's hard to think of K-Mart and not the blue light special, particularly where I grew up. I grew up just really a couple miles away from the first K-Mart store that ever opened, which was in 1962. It was in a city called Garden City, Michigan, a western suburb of Detroit. And the K in K-Mart, of course, is for Kresge, which Kresge dime stores or Kresge stores were also started in Detroit and were headquartered in Detroit. And so K-Mart and Kresge are very much a part of any older Detroiters' culture because they were our hometown store for sure, and had a great legacy here. But all that aside, look what I found at the thrift store. So at the St. Vincent de Paul store in Alpena, Michigan, I came across this package of pencils from K-Mart with the price tag on it of 77 cents, which I think is interesting because I paid 99 cents. So these did appreciate a little bit. I don't know how old these are. It's got a UPC code here, so it's probably post 1984. It also says manufactured in the USA for K-Mart Corporation. And I think it was at some point the SS Kresge Company changed their name to K-Mart Corporation. I'm not quite sure when that was. If it was in the late 70s or early 80s when they actually did that. So maybe these are from the mid to late 90s. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there as a complete guess. It has a PMA, Pencil Makers Association approved. Again, I don't know when you started seeing the PMA stamp of approval. But in any event, you got 7 pencils for 77 cents at K-Mart, so 11 cents each. Don't know who made them. You can see it's just cellophane wrapped. There's no markings on these pencils, at least that we can see from the package, and there's no other information about them other than what's here. I'm sure it says something under the price tag, school, probably home or office, but I cannot, home. School, office, home, it says. Looks like. I can lift this up a little bit. So anyways, there they are. They've been sealed. I'm gonna crack this open just so that we can have this experience. Oh, these erasers are hard as rocks. So I'm going to try to get this out here without too much fuss and without tearing the whole thing completely apart if I'm able to. They're really packed in here. So let's see. I'm going to wiggle one out of here. Don't you worry. There we go. Okay, got it. Well, take a breath. my pencil friend. You've been in that package a long time. So, here is what we've got in front of us. We've got a very standard number 2 made in USA pink eraser chrome ferruled pencil. Hexagonal. Looks like there might be some smudgy fingerprints here from the ink, perhaps when they were packaging these up. But that's it. Doesn't say K-Mart or nothing. You can see we'll go top down here. Very clean. Looks like kind of a larger, I don't know, does that core look a little, circumference of that core look a little bigger than normal? There's a redness to the wood. So these could be cedar. This could be from the cedar era still, where that was just standard issue. But they're relatively unadorned and uninteresting visually to look at. Just a very basic yellow pencil. But I would very much like to put a sharpen on it. I'm going to use a hand sharpener here. Here's an Apsara sharpener. And let's see if we can tell something about this wood from the ribbon. I'm giving it a sniff. I'm not really getting any kind of aroma here. I know I have run across some other pencils made for K-Mart that were made by the Wallace Pencil Company. I don't know if these could be from them. Yeah, I don't know what this is. And actually, if I'm being honest, I think it's wood, but boy, it almost feels like a paper. But it's got a weird texture to it. All right, let me get my pad so we can do some writing with this K-Mart number 2 pencil. All right. You know, this pencil is actually on the smooth side. Mm-hmm. Not much smudge. By the way, here's how we're doing on our point. The eraser on the pencil is completely useless because it's hard as a rock. I'm not going to try. But we will see how this fares with our erasers here. I am pulling out all the go-to standards here. There is a lot of ghosting. Well, this is getting low marks. I could almost be talked into giving it a D plus. Really lackluster in terms of its erasability, even with what we know to be very effective, generally, erasers. We put a electric point on this. Okay, well, there it is. The K-Mart number 2, made in the USA, yellow pencil. Was a fun thing to find and to, bust open and try. But boy, even at 77 cents, I would dare say, in the 80s, if we're assuming that's when these were made, I actually think there would have probably been a lot of better pencils for not much more money that you could have gotten compared to this. But it was fun to try. So thank you for trying it with me. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe if you like what I do here And I appreciate your time. And we'll see you again real soon here on Always Analog.